Greetings, my friends. Joey B here again. Got an article I wanted to share with you, and this is kind of a follow-up to the videos I've been doing since this activity began in the summer with the whole Miami cannibal attack. And I'll link you guys up to previous videos I had done below as video responses, and you can check those out, as I had done a brief overview of every single event that occurred over the summer. And how it's continuing, and we reviewed scripture and talked about how unclean spirits have been infiltrating God's creation and us, not only back in the biblical days, but in these times in which we live right now. In fact, the spiritual deception of these times is higher than ever before, and is engulfing much of the youth at very young ages. And that's why it's so important to understand how this stuff works, and how you can avoid the pitfalls and deceptions that engulf our entire society that have been set up by the devil, as he knows his time is running out. And we talked a lot about all the scriptures and stuff, but I'm not going to get into a big rant on that again here, but I just want to show you the latest incident that has occurred in regards to this type of raging, uncontrollable behavior. And yeah, a big part of it that can open the gateway to these evil entities, if you will, and have them, enter your soul or your body, is drugs, alcohol, music, well, certain types of music, of course, the satanic, mainstream music industry for the most part. But there are many ways that these gates can be opened and allow these entities to come in and gain a semblance of control over you. And this is why it's so important to understand that this is real, and that you can actually stop it, and you can actually invite God and or Jesus Christ into your life, and he can save you from these things. And this latest incident here talks about how a man has been charged after a bizarre attack on a dog. And as it says here, a 22-year-old man is facing charges after a dog was repeatedly bit in the middle of a downtown street in Pembroke, Ontario, about 150 kilometers northwest of Ottawa last month. Witness Tanner Como, 18, said he saw something strange at the intersection of Pembroke Street West and Christie Street when driving home with a friend to nearby Petawawa at about 12:30 a.m. on September 26th. We drove by it, and it was in the middle of the intersection. It was a guy wrapped around a dog, choking it and biting it. It was messed up, Como told CBC News the next day. Yeah, no kidding. He said they pulled over. The guy was in his boxers. So again, we see this trend in all these incidences of people basically stripping down into their underwear and boxers, or in some cases even naked. We talked about why that happens. And how, a lot of the times in these cases the body will heat up so much and get in such a state of delirium that it feels like their insides are melting, and they rip off all their clothes. So we see that trend continuing here. I'm not going to get into the aspects of that in this particular video, but that was all talked about in my previous videos. Just go back and watch them. And it says here that his first priority was to go and hit him, but they then decided to call the cops because the guy was actually eating the dog, and there was blood all over the place, and the dog was squealing, and it was just really disturbing. Yeah, no kidding. And so they tried to lay charges, but apparently no criminal code charges are being laid, as it goes on to say here, as the guy was attacking a type of pit bull. And so again, another demonically possessed man eating another living organism, I guess you could call it. In this case, it was a dog and not another human, but we're seeing more and more of these incidences arise. We'll keep an eye on them. I just wanted to share, my friends. And again, another example of the unclean spirits, as the scripture states, that walk about and walk among us in these times in which we live, which are very biblical. And that's why it's so important to understand the real truth, that the powers that be want to suppress, and that Satan wants to suppress from everyone, and that's the one and only way to eternal, everlasting life and salvation, through the gateway that the divine Son of God, Jesus Christ, has provided for us. So again, the link will be below, guys, and I'll put my previous video responses, or I'll put my previous videos in regards to the latest incidences before this one as video responses below, and you can go ahead and watch those if you wish. So much love, guys, and God bless.